And of course, we got to start off with a little bit of a tilt. Hello, everybody. I am just finishing up getting everything ready for tonight's live. So just bear with me for a moment. Perfect. All right. I'm getting everything finished up just so we can get started in a minute or two. If you are stopping by, drop a quick comment to say hello. Let's see, like you should be okay. All right. Hoping everybody's having a fantastic evening. I'm having so much fun sharing the projects I created for the Newton's Nook collaboration week. I know I've only shared one so far, but I've got some more coming later on in the week. And it was just a really fun collaboration to work with. Really excited to be showing you guys some fun tonight. I just panicked slightly because I thought I left my stencil by the kitchen sink, but that did not happen. If you're dropping by, leave me a quick comment just to say hello. I'm going to get going in about a minute or so. I forgot to fill my water. That's okay. And if you guys are stopping by, tonight's live is not going to be like a super lengthy one like I'm personally used to doing. Since we're going to be doing a clean and simple design with some foiling. So it's a good one to stop by and learn a little bit. And I heard that there may be a giveaway going on today too. So be sure to stick with me towards the end so we can have some fun giveaway information for y'all. Hello, Antoinette. Thanks so much for stopping by. And hello, Julia. I tell you, one of my least favorite things with the Facebook Lives is that I view all of your comments on an iPad as they're coming in, and your comments show up as you guys leave them, but then if I don't get to them within about 15 seconds, they fade away, so I have to like refresh my screen. So I always feel bad that I might miss something because of the fade away, but it's okay. So if I miss something, I promise I will get back to it to you guys soon. Sometimes I just got to get that refresh going to make sure I've got it all ready and situated. But yeah, thanks so much for being here. We are going to be having some more fun with our Newton's Nook collaboration week. The paper design team has done a lot of fun things, and I know that the Newton's Nook design team has shared some amazing projects, and the name is slipping my mind, but yesterday somebody from the Newton's Nook design team shared in the craft room a pair of projects that uses our Shadowed Rainbow Deco foil, and they used them with some of the foil, I apologize, toner sheets. I'm calling them foil sheets. That's wrong. Some of our toner sheets. I know one was the Wacky Waves one by Laura Kelly. The other one is slipping my mind, but oh gosh, they were so pretty. It was like, if I could give it like a perfect score, if I had that sort of ability, I totally want. Everyone has been doing such a good job with everything. I have been totally inspired, and I hope you guys have been too. But let's get into a little bit of just sort of housekeeping information. Aside from getting ready to go into this shortly, wanted to let you guys know that our transfer adhesives are back in stock, all 5 of them. I pulled a couple examples of something that I've created. This is using the Gina K birthday set, and I apologize, I don't have the exact full name, but this is the Gina K set. All 3 of her designs are back in stock on the ThermOWeb website. I also pulled this project that I created for our Guy Talk week, and I used the Unity Sentiments 2 set for this congrats. So both of the Unity transfer adhesive sets are back in stock as well. So I just wanted to show you guys, they're a lot of fun to use, super versatile. You don't have to use them with your laminator. So if you don't have one, don't worry, you don't need it. You can use this using your die cutting machine because it gets a pressure transfer as well. So super excited to have these back in stock. These were really fun to play with. And I love this one particularly because it's one of those ones that when the light catches it just the right way, that Jelly Bean Green Fancy Foil by Gina K Designs really pops. So I'm trying to catch it for you in a way so you can see all the colors because I know that one's a little bit more subtle. But this one, silver pops on any sort of dark surface. So this Congrats just stands out perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside and we can get into some crafting tonight. So what we're going to be doing is tonight's live is going to be recreating this mini slimline card. Now, I know that slimline cards were a while back pretty trendy, and then now they've become trendy again. With that, mini slimline cards have become trendy as well. And when I create a mini slimline card, my card base is a 3x6. I love using mini slimline dies. Not dies, just me. I have like one set of mini slimline dies, maybe two, but I love the mini slimline card bases and making them in mini slimlines because they're really great if you have 6x6 pattern paper packs. I didn't use one for this, but if you have one, I think that those little edges I have for borders would be just so perfect to use your pattern paper with. So keep that in mind if you guys are looking for a fun new type of card to make. If you haven't done mini slimlines yet, they're super easy to make. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'll come back to it later, but we are going to recreate it. So what I'm going to start with is I have a already pre-cut panel from just blending cardstock. This is, I know I said my card base is a 3x6. This is 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I'm going to use this as my ink blending panel. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I have to grab my pixie tape because I'm going to use that with my Newton's Nook Treeline stencil. And this stencil, when I saw this, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to create with our collaboration week, this stencil, I'll pull this out from underneath so you guys can see it, just totally spoke to me because there are so many fun elements that you can use with the ThermOWeb products. When I saw these little bits that go into the trees, I was immediately like, oh, you can do flock, you can do foil, you can do glitz gel. And one idea that I had was to make rainbow trees. So I thought that doing rainbow trees would be a really fun way. It takes a little bit of masking, but rather than just doing all one color like I did for another project that I created. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take some of my pixie tape, and this is a fresh roll. I just took it out of the packaging today. I've already gone through one roll. Crazy, I know. Let's go ahead. And I just want to put some tape on the ends. Now you can use pixie spray as well. I tend to go towards tapes when doing stencil work like this. I like to save the pixie spray for delicate stencils. And I don't consider this one a delicate one. So I'm going to go ahead. I have to line this up where I want it. And I think I want it just like that. So I'm going to press it to make sure that it's going onto the stencil. I'm going to take one more piece of pixie tape. I'm not being conservative at all with it today. And I'm going to go ahead and tack that down. And I actually I'm going to need a little bit more today. So I'm just going to do one more piece. You guys might be a little shocked with how much pixie tape I'm using to create this card. However, it's worth it and I have my purpose, I promise. All right. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to be ink blending for each of these trees. And I'm going to start by ink blending this one pink, using some Distress Oxide inks. And what I do is I keep masking the trees so I can keep my colors concentrated in each tree. Otherwise, I know with the blending tools that I have, I'm going to have some bleed over if I don't mask them off. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I have some Distress Oxide inks, and I'm going to get my ink pad holder. And usually I like to start with my lighter colors, but I'm going to start with my darker colors today. So we're going to start with Picked Raspberry. And All right, just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my blending tool and I'll pick it up, dab a little off, and then I'm gonna go up a little bit more than halfway. And I kind of feather it off in the end to help with that blending. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with some Kitsch Flamingo, which I'm so happy Kitsch Flamingo got added to the Distress color family. It's just so fun. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the Kitsch Flamingo and blend from the bottom down just to get a nice blend into that picked raspberry. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back with the picked raspberry, bring it up a little, just so I get a nice ombre of colors going to get a little bit of a variance. It gives a really fun effect for the card. So what I'm gonna do to mask off my color is I'm gonna take this piece of tape and I'm just going to move it over and lightly cover it. That way I'm saving that pink, shouldn't have any issues, and it'll be good to go. And we're gonna move on to some oranges. So I'm gonna start with Carved Pumpkin. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I know it's a little bit of a quiet group tonight, and that's all right. I hope you guys are doing something fun. Or, you know, I hope that if you work today, that you are at home just sort of relaxing the best that you can, because that's sometimes the most that we can ask for. All right, so I'm taking more pixie tape. And this pixie tape, with it being so nice and low tack, it makes it so easy to use over the stencil. I love it. All right. All right, we're just gonna go in with the Carved Pumpkin, a little more than halfway, feathering it towards the top. And then we're gonna do some dried Marigold. Alrighty. Love those ombres. This would also be a really fun stencil to use with strictly fall colors as well. So keep that in mind if you're looking to add a fun layer, a stencil that has layering qualities like this tree line stencil. I love fall crafting as well. It's one of my favorites. All right, next we're gonna go into some mustard seed. And I have to move this over. Now, also a little bit of housekeeping. I don't know if you guys had seen yet, but we do have a giveaway going on in the ThermOWeb blog for our Newton's Nook collaboration week. We are giving away a $40 gift certificate to the ThermOWeb store, along with a $40 gift certificate to the Newton's Nook store as well. So that's two $40 gift certificates, which sounds like a good shopping time to me. Count me in. And it's one giveaway. You just got to go over to the blog post and enter. Super simple. So make sure you guys check it out. Head on over to the ThermOWeb blog for all the details. And so you guys can get entered to win some crafty stuff. Who doesn't love winning crafty stuff? All right, we're going to do some mustard seed next. Like that. And then we'll do some squeezed lemonade. Thank you so much, Julia. If you guys see, Julia dropped the blog link for the giveaway post on the blog, so be certain to go ahead and check it out. All right. This is looking pretty good. Also, you guys, I am using a total of 14 ink colors tonight, so that's quite a bit for me. I usually don't use that many, but when you're doing a rainbow card, you kind of got to use the colors of the rainbow, you know? So, just a good excuse to do it. All right, I'm going to go ahead, mask that off, grab another piece of pixie tape. Like so, like that. All right. Next, we're going to move on to some Twisted Citron, and I grabbed the wrong color blenders, but that's okay. All right. Oh, you know what? I apologize. We're actually going to do Mowed Lawn first because I forgot that I was doing dark colored first. So let's go in with some Mowed Lawn. At least my re-inker is already, or my pad is all ready to go for my Twisted Citron. But this is Mowed Lawn. It's a nice neutral sort of green. All right. And then I'm going to go in with my Twisted Citron, bring it from the top down. Where did you get that ink pad holder? I bought one that was supposedly sticky on one side that worked for about 10 minutes. This is from, I believe the name of the company is the Inkstand. I think it's just, you can go to like the inkstand.com. I know that a lot of crafters are using their products. It's a really nice ink pad holder. They make them in multiple sizes. They are custom made. They also have magnets that are on the side. So that's really nice too, because I've got like one for my Catherine Pooler inks. I never use them together, but if you want to buy like 3 of them, they stick together like this. So that's really nice. And then they've got no slide backings. Oh wait, inkstandshop.com. That's where I got it from. It works really nicely. All right, next let's move on to some Peacock Feathers, one of my favorite distressed ink and oxide colors. All right, and then grab my ink tools. So let's do a little bit of moving of the tape. Like that. No problem, Nancy. They work really well. If you're looking for a good ink stand, I would definitely stand behind it. And then I like that it's really easy just to move off of your surface. It doesn't stick to anything. You don't have to feel like it's stationary. So that's always good too. All right, we're going to do some Peacock Feathers. And then let's go in with some Salvaged Patina. Another one of my favorite colors. I love how it works with the Peacock Feathers. Alrighty. Perfect. This is really getting a great ombre. I'm super happy with this tonight. And then we're going to get my purples going. All right. It's really funny too, because on the side of my desk, I just have a tower right now of 10 distressed oxide colors that are all in rainbow order. All right, let's go in. We've got some Wilted Violet next. So I'm going to cover up my Peacock Feathers tree. And I'm going to go in with my Wilted Violet. Blend it up a little more than halfway. All right. And then we're going to go in with some milled lavender, which this color you would think it's not super purple, but when you open it, it's much more purple than it appears. And it's also more of like a neutral purple rather than a blue purple, blue violet. I know violet's technically the correct way to refer to these, but I like purple. All right, let's go with that milled lavender. And let's go in with a little bit more of that wilted violet just to bring it up a little bit, and then blend it down just to get a good ombre. Perfect. All right. Okay, so my ink blending of the tree leafy portions is all finished. I am going to go ahead and remove my stencil. Oh boy, that was not planned. But I can probably fix that somehow. I don't know how that happened, but I did get a little bit of pink up top. Let's go ahead. I've got a sand eraser. Should be able to get a good portion off. Also, what would work really nicely is a white gel pen as well, if you wanted to just go ahead and touch it up. Either of them work. All right, and I can fix it more later. There's always a little bit of a hiccup, you know, but you got to have those tools just to kind of fix them. The other thing too that is always going to work is if you can't like fully cover it, put a sequin on it. That'll always get it nice and clean. You never know what's underneath it. All right, let's put this off to the side. And I'm going to do a quick wipe of my stencil and of my work area, just because I try to keep everything clean so I don't get any sort of cross-contamination of inks. Oh, and I agree. Those sand erasers, they have saved me more times than I thought they would. And I keep it out on my desk all the time. It doesn't even go in a drawer. It's just out. I've got like a little dish that I keep it in just so I know where it goes. All right. Perfection. Alrighty. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to line up these little stumps or barks or whatever you want to call it of the tree. And I'm going to go ahead. I only have to use one piece of tape. Yep, in a bowl right in front of my craft mat. Great minds think alike, huh? It is perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I've got two more inks that I want to use. First is Vintage Photo. Now we're going to do the ground espresso first. I keep forgetting that we're doing darks first. So I'm going to take the ground espresso and then I'm going to blend up the bottom of the stumps. Just like that. I should have tacked down the top of the stencil, but that's okay. And then we're going to take the Vintage Photo. Blend. Just like that. All right. Give this a little bit of sand eraser love when I'm done cleaning. All right, let's clean this off. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to let me know. If you guys are just joining me, I'd love to see where you're watching from. Just let me know your name and where you're watching from tonight, where home is for you. Also, if you haven't checked it out, we are having a Newton's Nook collaboration week, which of course means a super fun giveaway up on the ThermOWeb blog. We're giving away a $40 gift certificate to the ThermOWeb store, along with a $40 gift certificate to the Newton's Nook store as well. So that's 2 gift cards, gift certificates, whatever you want to refer to them as. All I know is someone's going shopping and is going to have a good time. So be sure to head on over and enter. That'll be a great opportunity. One entry and you're eligible for both gift cards. All right. Doing a little bit of housekeeping with this, and then we're going to go ahead and start applying our Transfer Gel Blanco. Oh, that's pretty good. All right. So next, we're going to do the Transfer Gel Blanco like I was saying. So we're going to go ahead and put some more pixie tape on. You know, got to use that pixie tape up. And of course, you can probably hear my laminator whining. It's getting ready to be used in a second. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I want to line up this portion of the stencil with the little leafy parts. And what's really nice is there are etchings on the stencil that make it easy to line up. So I'm going to go ahead just like that. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead. I have this dirty piece that I can put up here just to kind of recycle. And I ripped a little bit. That's okay. And a little bit down here as well. Perfect. And what I love about this is I'm not going to need a lot of this Transfer Gel Blanco, just a wee little bit. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got my little palette tool. I'm going to pick up a little bit and just kind of smear it like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Stencil Pal and just really easy get a nice application of scooching it down. Just like that. All right, and I'm already looking, it's a pretty clean application. So I'm gonna go ahead, take my excess off, put it back in my jar. I also have a piece of scrap paper for me to keep the dirty parts on. So let me get that off to the side. I am gonna pull up the stencil. Just like that. And like that. All right. Perfect. My Deco Foil Transfer Gel Blanco is really nicely applied, so I can set this aside for it to dry, and it'll be ready for foiling. All right, so let's go ahead. I've got that moved off to the side. Let's do a little bit of cleaning first, just because I want to make sure that my stencil is nice and clean. I do have some baby wipes. What kind of craft mat are you using? This is, I believe it's by Fiskars. And you can even leave a little... You could use it with just the white or ink blend over those. Yes, because the Transfer Gel Blanco, you guys can color it and it dries like a nice matte color. If you don't modify it at all, it will dry white, but you can add a re-inker to it, inks to it, whatever works, and you can dye it a color if you want, which is super fun. That would be really a great idea with this stencil. In craft mat, I think this is just a Fiskars cutting mat. I normally work with a glass mat, but I don't like doing it for Facebook Lives just because I don't like it when you guys have to see a glare. So I'm using this because it's got a nice matte finish, but I do normally use the Tim Holtz glass media mat. So I like using that as well. All right, let's put the stencil away. Where's away? All right, there we go. And clean off my tool. And let me tell you, I'm cleaning off this Stencil Pal. These Stencil Pals are seriously so darn helpful with spreading any of our pastes, whether it be the Transfer Gel Blanco, or if you guys have another Transfer Gel, or the Metallics gels, the Glitz gels. These are so good for the Glitz gels, you guys. And it's so perfect when you're using stencils. I mean, hence the name Stencil Pal. I love it. I use it all the time. Great tool. And you guys can get a 2-pack of the Stencil Pals. So 2 of these, I think it's $4.99. So it's a really easy thing that if you're on the ThermOWeb store, free shipping is at $50. You guys might be at $40, $45. Add the Stencil Pals in if you don't have them already. Or if you've got a set, trust me, you can always use a second one. And it's a great way to get to that free shipping amount of $50 as well. All right. So I do have a panel that I have pre-made, pre-dried, made this last night. So this is ready to go. So what I want to do is I want to foil each of these trees different colors. So what I have are some pre-cut strips of the Laura Kelly foils. Let me go ahead and show you what colors I'm going to be using. In reverse order, I'm going to be using it's Berry Purple, and then Denim Jeans Blue, Parakeet Green, Sunshine Yellow, Carrot Orange, and then finally, I'm using, with my rainbow, a pink instead of a red. I'm using the Flamingo Pink. And I'm going to say out of all these colors, I love this Flamingo Pink because it gives me a slight like magenta vibe to it. And I love that metallic, but I also love this Denim Jeans Blue. If you guys are getting ready to do any sort of patriotic crafting, looking at those people who may be making firework cards or fun like popsicle, rocket pop cards for the 4th of July, this is so good for like a good red, white, and blue card. This Denim Jeans Blue is just perfect for it, you guys. And I think they might be... Some of the Laura Kelly products are discounted. I don't know if it's the foils. I know the toner sheets are, though, for certain. So if you guys love the Laura Kelly line, be sure to check it out. I know the stamps and at least the toner sheets are discounted. So a lot of good offerings. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take another piece of pixie tape, which I'm now realizing that this pixie tape is becoming the star of tonight's project because it's at every single step. And I'm going to go ahead and put this right at the top of this card like this. And I have all of these strips of foil that I have pre-cut, and I'm going to use them and kind of line them up like this. Perfect. Thank you so much, Julia. Julia just shared the link to the Laura Kelly collection on the ThermOWeb website. So if you guys have not checked out her products yet, be sure to head over. They have a really fun palette and style to them. It's really unique, really whimsical. I enjoy working with them a lot. And what is Pixie Tape? Pixie Tape is this pink tape. It is the ThermOWeb's crafting tape. It is a low tack tape that is perfect for holding down items while you're crafting. So I use it a lot with my stencils or holding foils down like this. This also works fantastic when you want to hold your dies in place when running it through a die cutting machine. Works really well with this. This will last you a long time too. I use my Pixie Tape a lot because I create a very long time. I just got a roll. I forget when these came out. I want to say it was February or March. So I got a roll then. I've been using it since, and I just had to open up my new roll today. So this lasted me a good 2 to 3 months, and I am making probably at least 25, 30 projects a month, if not more. So it lasts you a long time. So, all right, next color is going to be that carrot orange, and I am layering these. So I put the pink down first, it covered the pink, and I can layer it so now that it covers the orange, I don't have to worry about the overlapping part with the pink because it's not going to double transfer. What do you use for repositional tape? I guess I would say I use the Pixie Tape for it. And like I said, using it for die cutting, using it to hold down my foils or to tack down a stencil. I have a lot of different uses that I can do it for. I use it anytime I just need to hold something in place temporarily. Pixie Tape is what I use. It's also fantastic if you're lining up word dies that are like letters and you want them to be evenly spaced. You can put the Pixie Tape once they're set in the order you want and pick them all up as one unit, put the paste on the back, and then put it onto your project. It works really well for that. All right, next is the Sunshine Yellow. Let's go ahead, make sure it's getting tacked up on top. Oh, my laminator is hungry. All right, Parakeet Green. Denim Jeans Blue, and Berry Purple to finish this off. All right. So as you guys can see, this is all tacked, ready to go with my card. I'm gonna grab my parchment paper pack, and I should probably trim this off just so I don't ruin anything. So I like to reuse things as much as possible. All right. Other side. Just like that. All right, I'm gonna grab my laminator. We'll go ahead and feed this through. Perfect. My little laminator likes to make this groaning noise. It still works perfect, but I do deal with the groaning noise. And I'm at a point where as long as it works, no need to swap it out. Just gets a little noisy for lives. All right. Is your parchment paper from ThermOWeb? Yes, this is from the transfer paper. Let me see if I can show you guys the actual pack of it. So hold on 1 second. It is the crafting carrier sheets. Pull that off to the side, move this back. I keep it in a nice little folder in my desk. So it's the crafting carrier sheets. It comes with 6 different pieces. They are non-stick sheets. They have a non-stick surface in the middle where it's got a little bit, I don't want to call it waxy because wax melts, but the finish inside of these is a non-stick surface that's got that sort of waxy texture. Really great, really easy to use. I don't even know if this is technically parchment paper. That just might be a little hiccup from what I've called it. But yes, we've got fantastic craft and carrier sheets that are wonderful with using with a laminator. So be sure to check these out as well. I also love that it's 6-piece. They are 11 by 17 inches. So basically 2 regular letter size piece of papers connected. You can cut these in whatever shape that you want. I like to trim mine down to like a 6 by 6 because I just feel like it's more easy for me to put through my laminator. But you have so many that you could do different sizes. Really works out well. Yep. Like Julia said, cut them into smaller sizes, whatever is going to work best for you and your laminator. All right, put it back. Of course, it's being a little fickle. That's okay. All right, let's do a peel reveal. Make sure everything got stuck down okay. Oh, I can already see the little shapes coming through. I think we're going to be good to go. But you got to make sure. All right, so let's go ahead. We got purple, we got blue, we got green, we've got yellow, we've got orange, and we've got our pink. All right, and you can see it all also transferred to my tape as well. That looks really pretty like that. So we've got all of our color transfer for our peel reveal, which means my laminator can take a break, and I'm going to turn it off. Perfect. It is. Let me show you guys that shimmer and shine. That foil was such a good transfer. Oh, I love it. Get all those colors and see 6 different colored foils. Works so perfectly. Actually, I could use a little bit more. Also, these sand erasers work so good to rub off little bits of foil that might be outside of where you wanted it. That foil rubs off so easily. No fuss at all. All right, go ahead and remove this. I love this. I'm going to set that to the side. Maybe I'll find a use for it. You never know. All right, let's go ahead. And I have 2 panels that I want to frame this with, and then we'll do my sentiment last. I think that just might make the most sense. So I've got some of my very well-loved UltraBond adhesive. I have new bottles of this. Let me show you guys what it looks like when you first buy it. Because I have bottles, I just am determined to use this one up. But when you get a nice, brand new, fresh bottle, your label is not cracked. It will be when it's very well-loved. Super clean, super nice. And I'm right now, I have about this much left. So we're getting there with this. It's not going to last me too much longer. So let's go ahead. I'm going to frame this. So I have trimmed down a couple different sizes of a slimline card just to kind of give this a nice framing effect. All right. Let's see. Just like that. Perfect. I'll do more glue on the back of this. And then we'll put that on behind here just to make sure everything is nice and framed. Perfection. All right, I'm going to take my extra large block, push everything down. And we're good to go. Could probably shift this just a wee bit. Just like that. All right. We're almost all the way there. I just got to line up what my sentiment is going to be. And what I used is I've got this Cycling Friends step set from Newton's Nook. I think my original sentiment was riding by with Happy Mail. I think I'm just going to have one that says happy birthday on this. Why not change up the sentiment? And then I'll have an extra birthday card in my stash. So... and one of my sentiments just fell out. I'll find it shortly. Let's go ahead and we'll do happy birthday. And then I've got to use my Misty to position it. So let's go ahead. Put that right in here. Actually, no, I'm going to do it this way. And this way, I know that it's got to be at about, the center of this should be at the 3-inch mark, and that's about centered. All right. Oh, that looks pretty good. Maybe a wee bit like that. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I've got some Versafine Clair ink in Nocturne. I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And we're going to wipe that so I don't get any transfer. Press it down. And I think that's it. I don't even think I need to do a second impression. So I'm going to take this, set this off to the side really quick so I can do a quick cleanup. And then we'll go over our final project. And I can put it on a card base too. I have a card base ready to go. I just also have to remember to find that sentiment that fell, but that'll hopefully take me a second after we're all done here. All right. All right, let's go ahead. I've got my 3x6 card base, which is a 6x6 piece of paper folded in half. We'll just pop this on. And I know I changed up the sentiment on y'all, but I think we can all use happy birthday cards in our stamp set. And it's got a little exclamation point, which makes it just extra cute. All right, so we are all good to go, you guys. So as a little bit of a recap, we are doing our Newton's Nook collaboration week, and I made and recreated the slimline card with a new sentiment. So I did a pretty good job too. The one that we made is on top. The one that I made previously is on the bottom. We used the tree line stencil, the Cycling Friend Sentiment Stamp by Newton's Nook. For ThermOWeb, we used a lot of the Laura Kelly foils. From left to right, it's Flamingo Pink, Carrot Orange, Sunshine Yellow, Parakeet Green, Denim Jeans Blue, and Berry Purple. We used it with the Deco foil Transfer Gel Blanco, which is perfect even if you wanted to just use it for a white paste that dries with a nice matte finish. And we also used a lot of pixie tape. So yeah, so we've got our project all ready to go. Julia, what are you thinking? I know we talked earlier about what we wanted to do with tonight's live. How do you want me to handle any sort of extra bonuses? Just go ahead and let everyone know what might be going on. Just drop me a quick comment so I know. But yeah, this was super fun. I think this turned out really nicely. It's a nice, clean, and simple approach for how we can go ahead and make these cards using our tree line stencil. And then okay, so yeah, all right, so Julia and I were talking a little bit earlier. We wanted to do something a little special tonight. Since we're doing a collaboration week, we're only doing one Facebook Live with me this month, so we wanted to treat you guys to something nice. And to celebrate our transfer adhesives being back in stock, I wanted to do a giveaway. So if you guys wanted to go ahead and let me know who's here, and we can let you guys know what might be at stake in terms of prizes. So drop a quick comment if you guys are watching. Let us know that you're here. I'm going to let comments run for, I don't know, maybe about 30 seconds or so while I continue talking. And yeah, this was really fun, you guys. I hope you guys are really enjoying our Newton's Nook collaboration week. Like I said earlier, I know that our paper education team is having so much fun and making absolutely beautiful projects with the Newton's Nook stamp sets and stencils. And I have seen the Newton's Nook team also go ahead and create some really fantastic products using our ThermOWeb items as well. So it's just been lots and lots of fun this week. I love when we do our collaborations. It gives us a chance to highlight some of the really awesome companies that exist in our our amazing crafty community. So, all right, Julia, what are you thinking? You want to go ahead? I can go ahead and announce what is at stake for prizes. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we want to give away to one lucky viewer. We're going to give away all 5 of our transfer adhesives. So that's 3 Gina K sets, 2 of the sets by Unity, and we're also going to let you guys choose a foil. Any foil that you want from the shop, the winner is going to get to pick. It can be any of our designer lines. It could be from the Deco foil line. Whatever one foil that you guys want. I think just none of the value packs, which are the extra like large amounts of Deco foil. One of like the standard size sets, which is honestly probably about 98% of the foils that we have on the website anyways. But yeah, so we thought we'd do that for you guys, and we love that you guys were here having fun and participating tonight. We want to do more and more giveaways like this in the future, so I think Julia is going to go ahead and pick someone. So I'm just going to wait for her to hop back on, and I'm sure she's going to let us know who the winner is. But yeah, this was super, super fun to make with you guys. I had a lot of fun tonight using a different approach. But Julia, I'm going to throw a big story, but both Nancy... Oh my gosh! Okay, so both Nancy and Antoinette. That is fantastic. All right, so you both are going to go ahead and win the ThermOWeb prize pack. And how about this? Julia, since they're both going to win, how about both Nancy and Antoinette? Why don't you guys go ahead, look on the ThermOWeb store, and send me a Facebook message. Julian, I will get this all emailed over to you, but you guys can Facebook message me what one foil that you guys would like for tonight. And also, if you can send me your address as well, I'll get it over to Julia. Julia will get everything on order for you, and we'll get that situated. So, oh my gosh, that's super, super exciting. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love this. I'm excited too to see what foils y'all pick. Maybe it'll be one of my favorites, but I hope you find a new favorite, maybe something you don't have in your stash yet that you can add. And you can use with the transfer adhesives. So both Antoinette and Nancy, if you guys could, let's say by tomorrow, let's say tomorrow, right now it's about, we're going to say, let me know by tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time, no later than then. Let me know what you guys want, and I will get that foil, and give me your address. I'll make sure that we get this situated in an order for you guys so you get your goodies. So thank you guys so much for being here, and oh my gosh, how fun to do a little giveaway and have 2 winners, not just one. So that's fantastic. Thanks again for being here tonight, you guys. Don't forget, check out that collaboration post on the website. So we're going to go ahead and head on over there. I've also got a post on the blog too with all of the products that I used during tonight's live for you guys to reference as well. Antoinette, you should be able to send me a Facebook message, just like Messenger. So you can click on the Justin Adkins and it should take you to my profile. You should be able to send me a message. I'll keep an eye on them and we'll get it situated for you. That should be probably the easiest way for you to communicate it over. And I'll help facilitate, and I can answer any questions that you may have as well. So I hope that those are easy instructions. If you guys have any problems, you can write a post on the ThermOWeb craft room page, and I can figure it out for you too. Just tag me in it, and I'd be happy to help you. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to close out tonight's live, and I'm going to be back next month with some more. I believe Julie and I have talked about doing 2 for next month. So be sure to join us, and thanks guys so much for being here. Have a very happy Wednesday. I'm super excited, Antoinette and Nancy, to see what you guys are going to pick. I will talk to both of you soon, and everybody else who watched, thanks so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday night, everybody.